don't know, man. You got pronouns in your bio? What's going on, brother? You know what I mean?
You do know the Fiero is damn near the same. It's just the Pontiac, and it's what?
First off, how dare you? Second off,
how's it different?
How is the Fiero different than a Miata? Have you seen a Fiero?
Yeah, I have, and I've seen it. It has what's it called these days? Where
look at him.
I don't know what I want to be. I don't know if I want to be him. Her. It's always wanting to be someone else. It wants to be a Lotus. It wants to be a Ferrari. It wants to be a Lamborghini. It wants to be everything other than a Fiero.
Okay, all right, fair enough. But the Miata knows exactly what it wants to be. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
I've had two, and one of them was boosted. My last one was boosted.
Listen, we all experiment in our life sometimes. You know what I mean? It's okay, brother. You know, some people's phases are different than others. Some people go through a Miata phase. You know what I mean?
Oh, man.
Dude, I don't know, man. I love Miatas.
Yeah.
Love Miatas.
Well,
you can do so much to them. Much like the Fiero.
That's what he said.
I'm saying. That's what Diddy said.
That's what Diddy said.
That's what Diddy said.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Oh, man.
Oh, no, man.
Yeah, so y'all want to hear a funny joke? This is one of my interviews I did. So I go to a car show. It was actually at S1 Built's block party. This poor guy, he had no idea what was coming. He had an MX-5 that was Deadpool themed, right?
Oh, Jesus.
And I don't know anything about these cars, but he's the one that pointed out that it was, it's a Mazda MX-5, a.k.a. a Miata. And immediately I went, ooh. And I was like, well, why is it Deadpool themed? He was like, well, I was driving it and I got rear-ended. And then I went to go check the damage and there was no damage on it. So it regenerated like Deadpool. And I was like, do you think it's a coincidence you own a Miata and you got rear-ended by another dude?
Knew that was
He was like,
I saw that.
What? I was like, I'm not saying what I'm saying. He was like, hey. I was like, hey.
That's not nice.
Yeah. I want to say I felt bad about it, but it was too funny to feel bad about it. You know, he set him up, I knocked him down. You know what I mean?
Some people that set stuff up like that, it's like,
oh, man.
you asked for it, but you didn't, but you did.
Well,
he was a nice guy, though. It was a pretty cool car, all things considered. But that was too easy. I had to knock that one out the park. You know what I mean?
You know, usually when people say, this person, you're like, who's that? He's a nice guy. It usually doesn't mean that they're just nice, but that's about it.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I don't know him all that well. It's the only time I've ever, met the guy. He was excited to talk about his car. That's why I feel a little bit bad about it. Somebody was asking about his car, and then you got this dickhead over here making jokes. You know what I mean? He didn't deserve that.
This Deadpool guy sees this and like, fuck you, Skeeter Wyatt.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I'm gonna end up on his murder list in a couple years. Probably. You know what I mean? Like, man, why did you do it? Check his YouTube. You'll find out why. Damn it.
Do you think?
It's recorded.
Yeah, this is up. This is up on YouTube.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gotta watch that.
Yeah.
Gotta go back on that one.
I gotta find the Deadpool.
Definitely. Do you think trash talking in the car community has gone down a significant amount? Is it still happening? Who's the worst at this trash talking?
The worst or the best?
Well, give us both. Who's the best and who's...
I'm the best. Hey,
I knew that was
so
coming.
point for Skeeter Wyatt. All right.
Ding!
Yeah. Nah, so, I mean, has trash talk gone up or down? I guess it depends on the environment and the people you're hanging out with. Look, man, again, I always relate it back to, like, the drag racing world. Like, grudge racing is never going to go away. If you know anything about grudge racing, you will never hear more shit talk in your life than at, just a straight-up grudge race.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll hear more shit talking than you'll see racing. It might take 6 hours just for two guys to race each other because they're too busy talking shit to one another. You know what I mean?
That's part of it. Though.
They're either talking shit to get in each other's head, or they're talking shit to try to get, oh man, I need the hit. Oh man, I need the move. Oh man, you got to give me the back tire. Oh man, you got to turn off one of your nitrous kits. Blah blah blah. They're constantly going back and forth and negotiating. And as they're negotiating, it's your mama's this, your tuner's a bitch. You know what I mean? That car's a piece of shit. Blah blah blah. It's funny, like, they talk about how the other car's such a piece of shit, but then they also want to get the back tire on it. Kind of doesn't make a whole lot of sense when you think about it. But yeah, no, grudge racing world's always going to be a whole bunch of shit talk. But as far as, like, non-racing related.
I mean, just in general. I mean, I feel like back in the day, no matter what, everybody had like that. Like you said it before, it was the muscle versus the imports.
Yeah.
Like there was always just that shit talking, but everybody kind of like accepted it and knew that you were gonna get shit talked. Even like I feel like this guy had no idea it was coming.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
You had no
like,
idea.
is that mentality gone
Which
now?
to
That
me,
you're
I'm like,
you
shit.
can't talk shit back or like I don't know.
You see a guy look like this.
Yeah.
You gotta assume something's coming. You know what I mean? I'm not just there to have a regular ass conversation.
That's like a read the room moment.
Yeah, a little bit. But nah,
True.
I think, you know, if there are people that totally get it. There are people that totally get it and they talk shit back to me, and those are the best ones. I love when they talk shit back to me because then we can go back and forth. We're playing ping pong, you know what I mean? And we're kind of going back and forth. You know, I haven't had anybody like really get mad yet. You know, there was one guy that like got real fed up with my shit. He wasn't really like mad, but you could tell he was like, "Yeah, we need to wrap this up, Skeeter." He said that at the end. He's like, "I think it's time to wrap this up, Skeeter." I was like, "Okay, man." Like, you know, he's one of the older guys. You don't want to test the older guys. You know what I mean? You don't know what they've been through. So,
I feel like it's a 50-50 shot.
it is. I think it's like 90-10, and you know, there's like a
Depending on the old man.
Yeah, because that like there's a lot of like I'm gonna tell on you type old guys, and there's a lot of like
I'm gonna shoot
fucking
you.
Camera off. I'm gonna
Yeah. That's what I was
Yeah.
I was getting from him because I was making jokes about child support. And he got real serious about it. He's like, you could tell he had been hurt in his life over some child support. He did not want to hear that. And I was like, damn, brother, I didn't realize
Struck a
I
nerve.
triggered him. Yeah. Got straight up triggered. But yeah, I think especially with the older, like the muscle car dudes and stuff like that, they're far more accepting of the import crowd now than they were in the past. And again, even the import crowd itself has changed over the decades. Because again, Fast and the Furious comes out, they're all Johnny-come-latelys at that point that see one movie, and all of a sudden they go to Pep Boys, and they go to the custom car section, and they buy the whole damn section out. Next thing you know, they got flames all over the cars. They got spinner hub caps. They got the fart can on the exhaust. You know what I mean? They throw a big ass wing on a front wheel drive car. You're like, what fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
And they used to show up thinking that they belonged with these guys that have these like badass like hot rod and muscle car builds. And it's like, yeah, no wonder they didn't fucking like you. Now, and you know, it's gradually gotten better. Now, man, even like the muscle car guys, like they know a nice build when they see one. They're not dumb. You know what I mean? You see, you know, I was shitting on 2JZs early, but we all know they make a ton of power.
Always.
Anybody sees a 90s Supra, like a Mark IV Supra, everybody rubbernecking. Everybody. Muscle car guys, import guys, doesn't matter who it is, rubbernecking. They know how much that car's worth and the legacy of that car. So...
Talking about a motor that's what 25 years old and it's still relevant is crazy.
Yeah.
Well...
All right, we'll get off the JDM.
Yeah, I'm just saying, you know, small blocks and big blocks have been around since what, the 50s
Yeah,
and 60s, right?
I was gonna say the
you
same
know what I
thing.
mean?
Like small block kind of, if you want to talk about relevant, small block
I would
definitely
say
has 2JB.
big blocks are still the, you know,
Yeah.
you know, the best of the best in terms of drag racing. But yeah, I will say, yeah, 2Js as far as import engines go, you can't get any better than that. They're the best ones, for sure.
2J's the best one.
Clip let's hear your let's hear your hot take on this one.
No, hey, that's fine. That's fine.
Play ping pong, brother. Hit one back at me.
I mean, it's hard. I can't say LS because it's essentially small block.
Yeah, it's American.
Yeah.
I'm talking about imports.
You said import. My
Yeah,
bad, my bad.
imports. Oh, I'm not saying that 2J's the best engine ever.
Yeah,
no.
It's the best
You were
import
saying-
platform. Woo, man.
Yeah, I thought you were saying I thought you were saying 2Js are the best engine. That's
Oh,
why I was
no,
like,
best import platform. Best import platform.
Import.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can get behind that.
Look, man, you could take a stock block and rotating assembly, shove 50 pounds of boost through it, and it'll be all right for a little while. You know how wild that is? You know how much 50 pounds of fucking boost is?
That's a lot of
That is
boost.
a lot of boost. That's a lot
That's
of
a
boost.
lot of boost to just slap in the face of
Yeah.
an engine.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, like they can make crazy horsepower unopened.
Yes.
Unopened. That's the crazy part.
Yeah. So, they are bad boys. You know, white rice. Y'all know white rice? Y'all think I'm making a joke.
I thought you were making. Well,
Yeah,
I'm not
that's
making a
what
joke.
I
This is
what's white rice?
White rice is it's a Toyota Supra, or I'm sorry, it's a 240 SX.
Okay.
All right, with a 2JZ in it. 88 millimeter turbo because that's what's X275 legal. They got a little spray on it, but that's just to spool the turbo when they're staging. He's got the
88
X275 record. I think he went 403 in the 8th mile, which is scooting. I forget the mile an hour. It had to be upwards of 185, 190, something like that. In the quarter mile, he either went 620s or 630s at the World Cup import versus domestic.
Jeez.
Yeah, moving, boy. On like 28 by 10.5 tires, 275 tires, basically.
I can't imagine going that fast personally.
No, hell no. I'm sorry. Oh, I've been that fast before.
I can't imagine going that fast, like, in that short amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
What did I just do?
Yeah, that's what I
I
mean.
don't know. I did everything right, clearly, but, like, really, what did I just do in 6 seconds? Even if it's 9 seconds, like, 9 seconds to some is slow.
You'd be surprised what I could do in 6 seconds, brother.
Hey, baby mama number 9. Only takes one.
But yeah, man, this thing's moving. Thing's moving, brother. Yeah, we're talking about. Well, what's the competition for it? The RB, right?
Yeah, but
RBs are good, but it ain't the 2J.
I feel like everybody does it for the sound.
What, RBs?
RBs.
Yeah, but then you got, like, Aussies specifically that
Yeah,
are like,
Australia's got the
they
record,
they just love RBs. They just love them. You know what I mean? Like, they just love them. So it's like they know something that we don't.
They also just have a bunch of RBs around. Like, you can just go out into the
It's
bush
their LS.
and
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah, it's their LS.
Mm-hmm.
So
Their LS is the LS. They had Holden over there for every single
they,
one.
they do, but I feel like their RB legacy is definitely a lot longer than the LS legacy.
Okay, maybe, yeah.
That Holden is hard, though.
Yeah.
That Holden is crazy. I saw one out here, red SS. Right-hand drive, everything.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah.
Oh, legit Holden.
Legit.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah. Out
Most
in
people
Tampa
just
somewhere.
Like do the fake.
He's out here.
Yeah, they do like the
Yeah,
fake Holden. And
you see the left-hand drive. Well, nope. I saw this guy on the
Yeah.
right hand. I was like, oh,
You're
that's
real.
different.
Them Australians, boy, man. They got the American spirit in them. There are certain things Australians do that we consider as like a stereotypical American thing, and they do it better than we do.
Yeah.
Kind of hurts my pride a little bit, man. You seen the
Yeah.
burnout contest in Australia?
Oh, man.
Them boys go buck wild out there.
They got the big old blowers
Oh,
and everything.
man.
Man, those things are wild.
Kidding me? They'll throw a big block Chevy with a giant blower in like a Mini Cooper or some shit like that, and they'll be doing Axis burnouts in it. You're like, what are you doing? This is the most amazing thing I've ever seen. And you find out it's not here in the US of A. You're like, damn, they're doing it better than we are.
Man.
They're just doing it's like a caricature of us. You know, it's like an exaggerated cartoon version of us.
What would Americans do?
Yeah, it's like what
build.
the Japanese people think Americans are. That's what Australians like actually are in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and they also still have like their own thing too.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, like a weird accent. I gotta dock them some points, man. You know they allowed the government to not allow them to drive their hot rods around except for like 1 day a year.
What?
What?
Google this, man. That there's something about I don't know if it's environmental or safety or what have you, but they allow 1 day a year where they're allowed to just like freely drive their like hot rods around.
That doesn't sound very American to
That
me.
doesn't sound American. Exactly. That's why I said in some things they are.
Yeah,
But that just takes them right back down.
That's
here.
horrible.
That is horrible, man.
Mm.
I met a lot of Australian people. They're pissed off about it, but I mean, I guess the rest of the population just laid down and, you know, took that ditty. You know what I mean?
Take that ditty.
They just took that ditty.
Got the diddler.
All the baby oil. They were just like, let's go. Tell me what to do. Can't dig it, brother. I can't dig it.
Well, I know you got you're still creating content and you're still doing stuff on the regular. What's like the upcoming plans for Skeeter?
Upcoming plans, man. If you got like a cool car in the Tampa area, let your boy Skeeter Wyatt know, man. I'm trying to do as much ride-along videos as I can. You know, if you got a cool car, we'll do a little interview. We'll crack some jokes. we'll set up cameras, and if you like to get a little spicy, the spicier the better. You know what I mean? You like to do donuts, you like to do burnouts. That's right up Skeeter Wyatt's alley. So we're gonna make sure to feature your car properly. We got one coming up pretty soon. Friend of mine, his name is Victor. He's got a really good. You guys are gonna be surprised by this. It is a Toyota Celica Supra, 1985, with a 2JZ turbo.
Yeah,
I just talked all
it.
this trash about him. I gave him props, but I talked a little trash too. But I was like, man, I got to do a feature on that car. I like it, so we went out and did it. That should be out later on this week. You get to see a little sneak peek of some of his other rides too, because he's got some other badass hot rods as well.
Right on.
That was the one that was at Waterset.
What do you mean?
I
met him at Waterset when he had that car.
Oh, okay.
He's also got an RX-7 that he's brought out there before as well.
Nice.
But it's probably the same car you're thinking of.
Okay.
So it's like a light, like army green.
Yeah, I want to say I had it in like some of the B-roll.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a badass car. But yeah, be on the lookout for that. It's we got some ride along footage, and should be some good stuff.
Yeah. Good thing about Florida too, there's always shows. You got any shows that you're planning on attending other than FL2K? We already talked about that. But any car shows that like people can attend and possibly meet you, or
Man, well, let's talk about. I don't
give
know.
you some beers.
Yeah, you want to drink some beer? I will show up whenever, wherever. You know what I mean? Drink some Bush Latte / Yangalang / Natty Daddy. You know what I mean? Whoever wants to pay me first, we can drink that. But yeah, so I don't know when this is actually going to air, but Saturday. What is Saturday? 28th, I want to say.
28th.
So Saturday, September 28th, I'll be at Orlando Speed World. Actually, my boy Full Circle Garage is going to be. He's like a featured guest out there that day. So I'm gonna be out there helping him out, getting some content. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Man, I'll be at FL2K the following weekend, probably Thursday and Sunday. I got court cases and stuff I got to tend to Friday, Saturday. You know what I mean? So I can't be out there the whole time, but Thursday and Sunday I'll be out there. Past that, man, I don't know if I have anything scheduled. I just kind of show up, when I feel like it. But man, if y'all think y'all want to hear a schedule, if y'all want to see me out, maybe I'll start posting that up on the socials. So follow me, Skeeter_Wyatt. I'll let you know. Holla at your boy.
Nice.
Don't yell at them though. Just holler.
I got one more question, I guess. I'm big into like drifting as far as a discipline and competition.
Okay.
So I like follow it religiously almost, all around the world. And what's your like motorsport discipline that you follow or like that you really love?
Oh, drag racing for sure.
Is it just drag?
Drag racing is, I grew up around that.
Any specific class or just drag in general?
Well, yeah, if we're gonna get like specific on it, it's mostly like small tire stuff, right? So
Okay.
NHRA stuff is cool, Top Fuel, dragsters, and funny cars and stuff like that. It's just so unattainable. It doesn't really appeal to me. Like, I think it's crazy. They got, 11, 12,000 horsepower, whatever it is. They're, giant Hemi, big blocks with giant superchargers. It's great. I get it. But again, it's so unattainable that I just can't get into it.
Mm-hmm.
Small tire stuff, on the other hand, probably starting with like Pro Mod, which is still kind of up there. But Pro Mod kind of mixes between the NHRA big time stuff and a lot of the events I would attend as well. There's a lot of crossover between that. But really, it's like limited drag radial, X275, Ultra Street. One of my favorite classes now is actually called Limited Street or Limited 235. So they're on like little baby 235 tires. And you see these monsters go up like wheels up. You know what I mean? The cars look like cars.
Mm-hmm.
They run like high 4s, low 5s in the 8th mile. And again, it's just more relatable. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I think that's what really appeals to me. The drifting thing, man, I like drifting because it's moving burnouts. Why would you not like moving burnouts? I mean, that's just cool.
Crazy.
What I don't get is the competitive aspect to it. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna sit there and tell me you did better than me. We just did the same shit back to back.
That's the goal. Not everybody can do it.
So give me a little rundown of how they judge all this stuff, because I've always been a little confused about the competitive aspect of drifting.
Yeah, so there's markers you have to hit across the track, different boxes.
Okay.
So you have to hit that in your line. So the first thing is line. How much angle you have versus can you keep that angle up? And then proximity has a lot to do with it as well. How close you can get to the car. So if you're behind and you got a lot of the Corvettes just take off on these imports and they can't keep up. So now they're losing points as they're falling behind.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Okay.
And then, so like people just keep cranking it up, trying to get it to where they can do a clean, because they switch. You do a lead and then you do a follow.
Right.
So you get as much as you can to keep up with the car in front of you, but also try to escape the car behind you when you're in front.
Okay.
So that's the competitive aspect of it, and figuring out. It's getting so technical. Like, all right, well, I need to put my front left suspension at this degree and this one up here because the bank is over here. Yeah. So I just like the technical aspect behind that, and it's like, to me, that's like one of the still like the truest forms of motorsport, where it's like in there. Like NASCAR started, and it was like you just do what you got to do to keep your car going and moving. And I feel like every other motorsport has so many regulations and kind of like that sort of thing, where like drifting in a professional competitive aspect, it's a little more lenient and like old school in a sense.
Okay. Well, it will get regulated before too long. The more popular it gets, that's what always happens.
Always. And it's getting more popular, and probably it's the fourth most watched in America right now.
Okay.
As far as FD is concerned, there's still a bunch of other events and everything, but
so how do they determine like a winner? Not just between the two that are racing, but is it like a tournament style? Like, okay, these two went, this guy won, so he moves on to the next round.
It's a bracket.
I kind of like that aspect of it.
Yeah, it's a bracket. So and then so you pretty much have to. There's a seeding 16, so like half of them have to compete to be in.
Yeah.
And the other half go on their previous. So there's 32 drivers, at least in FD. Half of them go based on the previous race, how well they did, and the other half,
qualifying essentially.
Essentially.
Yeah.
They've changed it up this year. This is the first year that they're doing that, but that's pretty much the gist of it. You just the seating 16 is a chance to get a seat in the last 8 spots to compete for the win.
So let me ask you this, right? So I hear a lot about people building drift cars. Man, I need the the camber to be right. I need a 50-50 weight distribution. You know what I mean? You don't need a ton of horsepower. I do see people building like high horsepower drift cars. I'm like, you don't really need that much. But let's say your boy wants to bring the 1985 Chevrolet S10 dime piece out. You know what I mean? There ain't no weight in the back of that mug, but it will rip some tires to shreds. Let's say I wanted to go drifty boy action with the S10. Do you think I'd be able to do it?
I think you can do it. You need to learn how to link. You just practice your figure eights.
I don't know what that means.
It means linking the track is pretty much making all the turns. So being able to pivot from one angle to the other by clutch kicking and pulling the e-brake and shit.
I got an auto, son. There ain't no e-brake on that neither.
It's going to be a little bit harder for you, but you can do it.
Yeah.
A little bit of feint. It's all about momentum. And once you find the balance of the vehicle, that's another fun part, because I didn't really understand it till I actually got to drive in a pro car. And like they were taking me around and I'm in the bucket and the passenger, and I was like, I feel it now. That's crazy.
Damn.
So, but I've been going to all the Formula. They go to Orlando Speed World, sit up right against the wall and just get hit in the face with rubber. Nothing better.
Listen, I've hit plenty of people in the face with rubbers in my past. Yeah, that's a story for another day.
Yes, sir. I'm a fan of autocross myself, but I don't think I've ever heard drifting explain that technical.
It makes more sense.
Yeah, it definitely makes more. Because I kind of felt the same as you. Is like, why the hell do you want to care? Why do you want to watch people just sliding around?
I disagree with that. I will watch it because it's entertaining as shit. I mean, again, it's moving burnouts. Like, how could you not like this? This is great. But again, I just didn't understand the competitive. Like, if I was going to get invested into the competitive aspect, I don't know I don't know why this guy's better than this guy. I just think it's cool that they're doing big smoky burnouts for laps on end.
And I wonder if it's someone's better than someone, or I mean, there's a big, like, of course, following YouTubers and stuff like that, and so I wonder if it's like, oh, this person actually better, or is it he just has more followers, or
depends on who you ask. Sometimes
that's true.
I'll tell you, I think who is the best right now is James Dean. from Ireland.
That mug, his name is James Dean.
From Ireland, of all places.
Lord.
But he...
That's a race car driver. That's the last name I want. You heard how that dude died?
Yeah, in the Porsche.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a little bastard, right?
Better call me Jimmy. I'll be a sausage boy all day over.
Jimmy Dean.
You know what I
Jimmy
mean?
Dean, the sausage boy.
Come on, Jimmy Dean.
Yeah, but he's competed all over the world, and he places first. Rarely does he play second.
Oh, that would piss me off so
So
much.
it's consecutive.
And he's consecutive, and it doesn't matter what chassis he's in. He just changed to a Mustang, which I hate. But
Player haters ball.
he
Hate.
yeah, but he got signed by RTR, which is owned. It's a racing team by Ford, so they got actual manufacturer money, which I don't think anybody. I think the closest would be Chris Forsberg with Nissan.
That's how it starts.
So
You think old Jimmy Dean could grab the dime piece and go out there and get some trophies?
he might get got, man. He's not American, so
Man, you got no faith. You got no faith. Man.
no,
Got a little small block Chevy in that bad boy. I don't know. He might be able to do it.
I think you can do it.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Man,
We
if
start a
he's
drift
done
team
it-
right now.
What is
He's
it?
been able to do as many or different chassis. Man.
You know what I'm saying? That's the challenge right there.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, are you as good as you say you are?
Yeah, throw him in the American.
Give him the dime piece. Watch him lose. Like, this guy fucking sucks. This guy sucks.
Well, the carburetor wasn't set right. or
Yeah.
something like that.
Well, that carburetor is definitely not right. I'll tell you that much right now. I don't know. That thing does not run optimally. Let's say, but you know, it runs and it drives.
That's
it does
what
burn.
matters.
That's all that really matters.
Yeah, that's really what matters. But it has been good having you on here, Skeeter. I definitely have enjoyed your humor. I've enjoyed you, man.
Absolutely, it was great having you on.
Yeah, brother. I appreciate you guys having me. You know what I mean? I'm like the Bret Hart of the race car world. The best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be.
Hey,
You know what I mean? And if the crowd needs to know one thing, you don't want to try it with Skeeter Wyatt.
Heard.
You know what I'm saying?
yes, sir.
That's one quick last thing. If you can end off I feel like you're gonna be known, or you're known for your one-liners. Can you just rip off as many one-liners as you know?
Damn, I just gave you some good ones.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
let's do it.
Put the spotlight on him.
Oh man, you know I got some good ones, man. Clapping cheek from here to Mozambique. You know the one I just gave it. You don't want to try it with Skeeter Wyatt. You know, I like fast cars and loose women. You don't like that, you can suck a lemon. You know what I mean? I just 9 kids, 8 different women. That's another one I bring out a lot. You know, that's not even like a one liner. That's just funny to say. Man,
What the hell?
Yeah, I think I appreciate it, man, because your videos just have me cracking up all the time with
I
your little
appreciate
one-liners,
that,
man.
That is the idea.
Yeah,
that is the idea.
that's
man.
it's great.
Cars and comedy. You know what I mean?
Hey,
That's the general gist of what I do.
Yeah,
that's
for
what's
sure.
up. Space definitely needs it.
Yeah,
For sure.
Yeah,
Definitely needs it.
I agree.
But once again, this is Cafe Moto Podcast. Skeeter Wyatt.
Manny.
See y'all next time.
F&A right, brother.